Let's talk some Torah. It's Parshat Shlach, and among the parts of the Parsha that really call for attention are the rules of Tzitzit. If you have a garment of 4 corners, says the Torah in this week's Torah portion, you are called to put fringes on the edges. Now, you've seen them on a tallis, on the shawl that we wear when we pray. But in fact, the rule is not considered in Aramaic a chovat gavra, that you have to go out and get a garment with 4 corners and put tzitzit on them. The rule is called a chovat mana. If you have an object, a piece of clothing, with 4 corners, you are obligated to put fringes on it. So actually that's interesting because a lot of us, when we wear shawls or scarves or even some dress shirts that have a line all the way down, there are 4 corners, and so it's a powerful question of navigating tradition for those of us who are careful about it. What does it mean? What does it mean for it to be a chovat mana, an obligation on the garment, not on the person? Meaning, you don't have to go out and get one. But if you have something, this is what you do with it. Think about our lives. Think about these moments that we face, be they graduations or going into the doctor and hoping that there's a good news coming, or that there is good news about what I can do, about what I learn. All of these moments, good and bad, memories of those we've lost and remember, all of these are circumstances that we actually don't create. Those are circumstances that the world presents to us. The rule about tzitzit actually tells us a lot about that, which is to say, it's not always about what I go and intend to create for myself. Sometimes it's about what I have and who I am and what I learn and what the world presents. The question is, what do I do then? Viktor Frankl, the founder of logotherapy, the process of healing that he developed after his experience going through the Shoah and emerging as a passionate advocate for mental and physical health and resilience, in a book called Man's Quest for Meaning, and also in his work, he says that between stimulus and response, between what is handed to you, what you face, and what you do with that, there is a pause. And in that pause, there is a choice. And in that choice lies our freedom. Tzitzit are a response to something I already have. Will I be mindful in this moment? Will I channel tradition through me, trying to cull all of its wisdom, both for me and for others through me? The tzitzit, the fringes on a garment, actually, I have my tallis right here. Why not bring it out? The fringes on tzitzit, actually, this is my daughter's tallis, have knots and have threads. And often they have one beautiful tchelet thread, a blue kind of thread. Each one of these knots is tied with intention. Each one of these strings is tied with intention. It's a beautiful thing that when we say the Shema, the paragraph that is actually in this week's portion, the 3rd paragraph, we take the tzitziot and we put them on our finger. And when you say, Vayomer Adonai el Moshe lemor daber el bnei Israel, God said to Moshe, saying, tell the Israelites, daber el bnei Israel vasu lehem tzitzit, and make for them tzitzit. We give a kiss when we say this, and it draws my eye to these beautiful threads that when I was too young to have my own tallis, I remember gathering from my mother's tallis or my father's tallis, and then eventually when I got my own at my bar mitzvah, I had a training tallis just before, I used to look down and feel them in my hands, and when I was nervous, because prayers can be intimidating sometimes, I would just hold them and play with them. And I find myself doing the same thing today with the tallis that my wife gave me at our wedding. There's something about having this to anchor myself in the world as a response, as a grounding response within myself to whatever I might face. In these moments where we have memories, in these moments where we have our own experiences, and in this proactive way that we gather community, what binds us together? I remember reading a journalist who once wrote about his going to Minyan and saying Kaddish in memory of his father. This person didn't like minyan very much, didn't like prayer, didn't like ritual. But in honor of his father and what his father would have wanted, he went to minyan every morning for the year of St. Kaddish. But he woke up one day in a place, and these are his words, he didn't know where he could tie himself to himself, by which he meant this. I want to bless us in this moment with a little bit of groundedness, because at least outside my window, it's a gorgeous day. This gorgeous day holds infinite potential. It holds our memories. It holds our hope. Taluses, Lori, are not gender specific, but because of some ways that we are raised, some communities have everyone wearing talus. Sometimes only when you get married do you wear talus. In some communities, men wear taluses more. In some communities, it's completely equal. I would only give you the gift of experimenting with it, seeing how it feels. It's meant to feel, as a meditation we say when we put it on, Or Kesalma, God wears light like a garment, which means when I put on my talus, I'm surrounded by God's light. I would only offer us the gift of being held in this moment. This tzitzit, these tzitziot actually in proper grammar, these are holding me right now. Yes, I'm holding the talus, but the talus is holding me. And the gift of ritual is, I think, being held in a rocky, unstable world. Isn't it beautiful to be held? This parsha, Shlach, tells us the rules of tzitzit, in order leman tizkuru, in order that you remember. We kiss these tzitzit 3 times, and some of us have the tradition, as I do, of when we say uritem oto, and when you see these tzitzit, uzchartem, remember. And when you say it, uritem oto uzchartem, I see you. I see you. I remember. Even if it's a talus that you're borrowing. What a gift it is to be held. May we feel held, friends. May we remember that this world has so much potential and that we can respond healthily to anything that comes our way, even when it's something we would not choose to receive. May we be blessed to have that pause and respond mindfully. Okay, friends. Bless you all. Let's sing our way into a good day. Bless you, friends. See you soon.